Give me the pew pew. I
in being white is we don't, not all white Africans, South Africans, whatever, we don't all eat stomach, we don't eat brains, we don't eat eyes. Not everyone. I do personally. I love it. I chow anything. Ocean for South Africa, number one, because I mean, if you take a look at Dricus du Plessis, he's the number one champ in the world in middleweight, and he's beaten guys that are big names. So it just goes back to, if we get sanctioned as slap fighters in South Africa, just to promote South Africa to go take our power to power slap, I think that will be quite a big honor for us. And I think there's no other way to do it. I mean, we all need the shot, eh?
Absolutely. Man,
that was awesome. All right, and that preview is done. Bam, he's here right now. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your friend and my friend, Beyond the Slaps, Terry Dunning. Oh, yeah.
What's up, Mike, my man? How you doing?
Good, man. You know how it is, production issues. But we're working it out, man. I thought I had it dialed in. I spent like a lot of time, and then you come right back to it. And no, you don't have it dialed in. But that's okay. I think we're there right now, and I'm happy about that. Now we got Michael Mann, who doesn't have audio. But that's all right, man. We are working it out.
You know, every time I come in here, he has no audio, or I can't hear him.
But that's the key. When he does have audio, he's amazing. So anyway, How are you doing, man? We're waiting on Superfan to come through. And drop his knowledge as kind of a co-host as well. He's a producer and right now. So I had it all set up. And then at the end of the day, it just comes down to me and you, baby. And I love it. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh, it's a
how
good
you
thing I
been?
showed up, huh?
Yeah, thank God, man. How you
I
been,
had
dude?
I've had some issues. I've been sick like the past couple weeks, like you're really, really bad, man. I do apologize about missing your show. I'm not gonna lie. About 3 weeks ago, you sent me a link, and I went out there to the couch and sat with my wife, and she started massaging my back and
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
Next thing I look up, and it's like 7:59 my time. And I was like, "Oh shit! I was supposed to go to this damn podcast." Man, I am so sorry I missed that one, but
It is all right. No shame in the game. Are you still Michael Mann is calling me here. Hold on. Are you
go ahead.
give me 1 second. This will be fun.
Yes,
What,
absolutely.
what up, dog? How are you? Hello? Can you hear me?
He's got audio issues everywhere.
The call is ended.
Oh shit!
Technology
So
is not his friend. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. So,
how you been, Mike?
man, I am good, brother. We are cranking out the shows,
I
doing
see that.
live shows, and then now that kind of getting back into the comedy realm, we've been doing that. And then last Tuesday we took off. It was my wedding anniversary, so I completely understand. You know what I mean? It was our 2 years,
Okay.
the time off. Sunday before that was a thing. So, but now we got the 4 shows a week. We're doing the PT Pod team, and looks like I'm trying to do a live weekly. So, man, you know how it is. Gotta.
You're married?
Yeah.
She let you hang out with man?
I know, right? But you have a girlfriend too, so it's amazing.
Girlfriend. Yeah, girlfriend. Although, I'm going to be married here really soon, actually.
Oh, so y'all have a date set?
Kinda, but nothing official yet. We're thinking around Halloween.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, but nothing locked in yet.
Are you guys gonna do the whole Halloween thing, like a theme wedding?
Probably not. Probably not.
That's fair. No. That's fair, man. That's fair. But let's see here, man. Let me see if
What
let me
happened
just check.
to Superfan?
I know that's what I'm doing right now. I just want to check my email. I sometimes what happened. You know what I'm saying? Look at that right there. I'm oddly blocked. You know what I mean? So yeah, oddly blocked. So
Why?
I don't know. That's
Come on,
the
man. You
thing,
did
like,
something.
I don't know. I legit do not know why I am blocked. I don't know. I just went and here I am blocked. And I'm like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? I made some
Man, I
jokes
came here to hear
earlier.
this shit, man.
Okay,
I
so
when I see you at issues, I was like,
you
what the
know, on
fuck
the
happened?
podcast. Okay, so on the podcast, I've done a little roasty jokes. Like her question when she, okay, first of all, why does she get more access than people with far more reach than her? Is that a fair question to ask?
No, you didn't ask that. Come on, man.
I have. You're on this show, like I'm doing right now. Michael, man, you're unmuted. Feel free to weigh in. Here's the question. Here's the question. Here's the question. Let me just ask a question. Let me ask a question.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we are media sources,
Yeah.
okay,
Uh-huh.
wouldn't the media
Wait,
sources
let's
that
do
have
this.
the largest reach?
Media.
If we are the I just have to mute him. He's like watching another show and just dropping in on this one in mid conversation. You are a child wandering through the forest, Michael, man. You are lost and confused. Okay. Anyway, so here's the thing. If we're media sources, right? And our whole goal as media sources is to promote the thing, then if I have a decent sized audience, shouldn't I have as much access as anyone else? Or shouldn't I have as much access as someone who has far less media reach than myself? Right?
Man, that can vary, man. You got to build relationships with people. Like some people are mad that they don't know Dana White and stuff, but you got to put in the work. I mean, you definitely have to put in the work. There's some fighters that won't work with me. I get it. You know, some of them are mostly friends of another podcast.
Are you saying I haven't put in the work?
No. Let me hold on. Let me finish. Like I put in work with some who now won't talk to me because they're friends with another podcast that I've had issues with. And that's the only reason why they won't do my podcast. But yeah, you can put in the work, but you can earn some that they can't. I'm going to use his name. I'll just say Joe. Joe shocked me when he got an interview with Paige. When he got the interview with Paige coming in brand new, that was impressive, but he put in the work for that. I mean, he definitely got a hold of the right people, but then there's contacts he couldn't get a hold of that I've helped him with, like Ron Wolverine and stuff like that. You got to put in work and building relationships, and there's some fighters that just won't like you or your personality. That's just how it goes in this.
Speaking of fighters, okay, now what you're doing, I'm saying hot dog, and you're saying hamburger, hamburger. I'm not competing for access to any fighter for any one single interview. I want a press pass as press, as I've gotten before for many press things, including with presidents of the United States, including with CEOs of large corporations, including with famous, comedians, actors, etc. Right? So what I would like is a simple press pass, right?
For what? Like Power Slap?
Yes. So if you're a fledgling operation, if you're a fledgling company like Power Slap, you need all the people in the world that will come out of their own pocket to promote your brand. And if you're not disparaging to the brand and you have a good following, it works in your favor and or benefit to provide some access to those folks, right?
Yeah. Well, that goes with what I'm saying. Not just the fighters. You have to build relationships with their media people and stuff. With Erica, with Frank and stuff. Sure. You have to put in the work with that as well.
You're totally right, because I know when Fox News and ESPN calls, they're like, well, you haven't built relationships.
Yes.
Yeah, I know, dude. When ESPN calls, they're like, no, we're not giving you an interview because you haven't built. No, they're jumping. When ESPN says jump, they say how high. Now, I'm not saying I'm ESPN, but I'm saying this brand is built by independent media. You know what I mean? This brand.
I think your real question is, you want to know how she got that media pass. No. I think that's what got you in trouble.
Is that what got me in trouble?
Got you blocked.
Yeah, what? That's not trouble. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who doesn't really care about Power Slap. You know what I mean? Who has access? Did she build relationships, Terry, or does she have access? Does she know a guy who knows a guy?
Man,
calm down.
I
Because
got
I
in
know
trouble for this
hey, man,
already.
we can compare the content. If we want to
I
talk about
gotta-
building relationships, let's compare the time spent creating content to promote Power Slap. Okay, we can start there, right? Then building relationships. Isn't it important to build the relationships? Because if I have 10 followers, it doesn't matter how much access I have. It's not a benefit to Power Slap, right?
Yeah.
Because they're not getting what they need out of our relationship. It's not a benefit to them. If I have thousands of followers, on the other hand, you know what I'm saying? If I have thousands of followers, thousands, ladies and gentlemen, if I have thousands of followers, on the other hand, you know what I'm saying? So, Mr. Man with the baby face, yes. So, you can
Hey,
hear
you
him.
have jumped up on followers, man. Have you grown in followers in the past few weeks quite a bit?
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought so, man. I was like, wow, them followers really jumped up.
Dude, once I execute a plan, baby, I told you. I'm glad y'all all underestimate me and blow me off like I'm some dumbass. Please continue. You know what I'm saying? Treat me like I have no idea how anything works, and Power Slap is the first media event ever in the history of time. Okay, fair. You know what I'm saying? I'm a professional, dog. You know what I'm saying? I love Power Slap. I am a value add to this, okay? I have other media I do. You know what I mean? I'm a professional in this industry, dog. You know what I mean? Michael Manamy been on the road 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Power Slap is lucky to have me. I'm not lucky to have Power Slap. Okay? Let's get this straight. Okay? We're confused. You know what I mean? A motherfucker with 300 followers blocks me, and all of a sudden I'm the one who should, be in trouble and upset because they're fucking up. No, they're fucking up. You know what I'm saying? A guy like you should have all the access we want. Not within reason. I'm not saying we should have locker room access, but the weigh-ins, the post-fight press conference, if we want to be there, we should be there because we do nothing but add to this sport. We sell this sport. We come out of pocket to promote this sport. We get small business owners to come out of pocket to gather around this sport. We promote the hell out of this sport and build a community around this sport and keep it alive. Because we know the millions they're investing in marketing and promotion aren't going to us. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want the passes. I don't want the media passes because I interview them outside of there. I don't need the credentials to interview them. Anybody that wants to do an interview on this platform, I'm usually right there at the Circle Hotel where they're at. And they're welcome to do an interview. So I don't need the passes.
And I'm not saying I need them. I'm saying if I want them, I should be able to get them as much as anybody else. Anyway, to run it all the way back around, huh?
What would you do with them if you don't want to interview fighters?
I would show up and ask questions. You know what
I thought you didn't want to interview the fighters, man.
Well, I would no, the press pass would be interviewing the fighters, the managers. You know what I mean? Going there, doing that, then coming back and giving my fans what I give my fans, which is my account, my opinion, my experience. Now, I do have the PT Pod Show where I will be interviewing fighters. You know what I mean? Because the fighters have requested it. The fighters have asked. Because they see I respect them and I respect their sport and I consistently promote them and promote this. And I don't be like everybody else and jump in the fucking rat pool going, no, I'm going to be the next one. And no, I want the interview. And that's not me. You know what I mean? I don't care if any fighter ever likes me because you know why, Terry? Because I have a following. Because I've been doing this. Okay, that's the difference. I don't need the approval. And guess what? Sometimes I'm not going to get it because I'm going to be honest about this shit. I'm not going to just kiss ass. You know what I mean? So, because this guy might not like it if you sneeze this way. And so you better play this. I'm not in fucking high school. I'm a grown man who has a production company and has toured around the fucking world. Okay? I love Power Slap and I'm bringing awesomeness to the game. You better kill me. I'm going to be another rapper dead for popping up with the shit I shouldn't have said. Okay? There needs to be somebody real in this game that can bring a level of professionalism to it, who understands the right questions to ask, the right people to connect. And then what is my goal, dog? What is my whole goal with this whole thing? To promote the sport, to promote the fans, is to give people like Beyond the Slap and Superfan and Slap City and Petty Corner. You know what I'm saying? And Power Slap memes. You know what I mean? And Vern White, the card man, is to give you guys the love, is to promote you guys, because promoting you guys is the trunk of the tree. Okay? It's how the branches grow, dog. And that's my goal, is to promote y'all. Because I can come with an audience and I can build an audience and I can get people interested and excited about the product. It's what I fucking do with my life. I'm not good at hunting and I would love to be. I'm not good at computers and I'm not good at shit. But this is what I fucking do, dog. You know what I mean? And I chose my path, which was to promote the media, the independent free media. You know what I'm saying? That's what I chose to do. You know, my phone's blowing up. I know people are like calling back.
Yeah, you're getting a little into it, man. I was about to say, you need me to roll you one too?
Absolutely.
Yeah, see, man, I used to do radio, man. I was on a shock rock program, man. I used to do like prank calls and shit. And yeah, I have the face for radio, put it that way. So being in front of the camera was like a big change for me. I'm like, I definitely don't have the pretty face or nothing like that, but I could bring some fun questions and shit like that to people. And more than anything, I just enjoy doing this. Like I've said before, I'm not going to make any money off this. There's no money in this. If anybody's looking to make it rich, you're wasting your fucking time. But if you enjoy the sport and like talking to the fighter or learning about the sport and stuff like that, these are some of the greatest people on the planet that you'll meet, man. Everybody thinks they're like drug addicts and shit. And I'm like, I haven't met one drug addict yet on the fucking roster, not one. So these guys are amazing people, man. It's like any workplace though, or anywhere you go. There's always going to be a few that just you don't click with and shit like that. But overall, man, it's just the greatest bunch of people that you can meet on the planet. So I love doing it.
Look, man, and remember, management is not the people. You know what I'm saying? I love the fighters. I love the fighters which is why I don't want to interview them, because I don't want beef with any of them. I want them all to know Mike and Mike are the roasty fun dudes that go to the bar. And if I get knocked out, they're going to be like, I got knocked out. And we don't hate them. We love them. But we're going to be homies. Just like when they go back home to their real homies, they say that same shit to them. God, I hope so. I hope they're not just surrounded by ass kicksters who don't really care about them as people. You know what I'm saying? I hope they're surrounded by friends that can, crack jokes with them and stuff. I love all the power slap dudes. You know what I'm saying? Superfan is having some technical issues. All the love. We see you, Mike. People get into it.
I know it's your show, but I don't want to forget to ask you: did you watch Slap Fight Championships promotion this last weekend?
Yeah.
What'd you think of that, brother?
Good, man. I love their product. Michael Mann dropped out. Oh, was he on mute? Michael Mann, come back. I think he's mad. Anyway, he might have been accidentally on mute. I don't know.
I can't tell. He's always on mute with me. I can't hear him.
I had him off mute, but I don't know. We're having some technical issues, and that's okay. Just like Superfan, shout out to Superfan. We love you, Superfan. He's having some issues getting in tonight.
Oh, is he in here?
Try now, Superfan. Try now. No, he's just in the chat saying he's been trying to get in. So,
you've been having some issues with StreamYard too, then, huh?
Yeah, man. I'm about to jump off StreamYard, man. I was up to like 4 a.m. the other night working, Rumble Studio. But then Rumble Studio's tripping on me too. They keep locking up, and stuff sometimes. So, we're going to figure it out, man. You know what I mean? I'm trying to transition. That's the issue.
What do you pay over there, if you don't mind me asking? Just roughly, what is it over there? Because I'm paying $20 on Riverside is what it costs.
Okay.
But it does have some issues. But the only good side to Riverside is it makes a backup. So, like, even if you don't get the 4K, you can always download the raw video. Although it looks like shit, it's something to work with. So you don't waste that time doing an interview and have nothing for it.
Yeah. Well, okay. So what I do to avoid that issue is every recording that I do a private live, right, to YouTube or Rumble. So we're recording it. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Okay.
Going live, but it's a private, so no one can see it. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. That way you got a copy.
Yeah. And then that way, if anything goes wrong with my computer, I know it's in Rumble and then I can download that copy at 1080. And I know I've got a good 1080 that I can download into my software to edit and cut up and stuff.
Nice. Yeah, man, having that backup.
Yeah. That's been key for me, brother, for sure.
So. Yeah, man. I know there's been a few people who have lost interviews, and I'm like, man, you always make I even have I don't know if it's OCB or something like that screen recorder. That's really good too, man. If you have nothing else, I used to keep it simple, man, on just on Instagram Messenger. but the quality on that for some people just sucked, man. If they were out in the middle of nowhere, so this at least converts it and gives it a higher quality video.
Absolutely.
But I've been having issues too on Riverside, so don't be quick to jump.
Oh yeah, no, it's really, man, it's all about OBS. But when it comes to OBS, like honestly, dude, I just don't know if my computer can handle it. And it's, honestly, every 2 years you kind of have to upgrade your PC if you're gonna stay with the hottest shit, man. And it's going on 2 years. And
there's four in this room.
Yeah. And it's like, if I'm going to
four.
upgrade all the new OBS plugins and run basically a StreamYard style thing, but with OBS, it takes because you have to run like 5 different programs through there and then stream it versus StreamYard and then run it. You know what I mean? So,
yeah. Man. And another thing that most people are shocked at, I have 2 internets in my house. I use the regular internet, and then I got a 5G thing over here that gives me 100 gigs, man. So whenever one internet's like lagging, it automatically connects to the faster one. So there's usually never any issues on my end. So if it's slow, it's usually like a server or somebody else. But I've had that happen where internets went out on me right at a time in an interview and shit.
And also, dude, we didn't finish why I might have been blocked from Petty Corner. So I did say, why would she have more access than me? Which I think is a legit question to ask, if we're both media. And I don't understand why it's not a fair question to ask. And if the whole thing is, well, you haven't kissed the right asses, bro. Okay, if that's the answer, fine. I don't have to like that answer. But it seems like that's the only answer I'm getting. You know what I mean?
That's pretty much
you
it.
haven't kissed the right asses, bro. It's like, okay, I don't live in Vegas. I'm going to do a quality show. You should want to be part of that. But that's
You said,
man, don't give up though. Here's the thing: like, if you don't get one person's attention in the office, you may have somebody else that's watching your content and it's hearing you say, "I want those media passes." Don't be quick to jump on them because they only allow
watching my content. You understand? Ariel Avalani built a about $1 million a year business, and Dana White hates him. Hated as he is by Dana White, he still is able to make huge moves, have a huge following, and make a great living in the combat sports and specifically UFC world. So understand, whether the love is there or not, I got the people. And that's way more powerful than any ass kissing. Go ahead, Michael, man. Go ahead.
That's what I was saying. I don't understand why you're upset because you got blocked by someone who has 300 followers.
Superfan is in the building. Oh, I'm not upset about it. We're just
upset. If you're not upset,
I muted him because I don't want to hear the argument. Anyway,
you're not right, man. I can't hear him. I feel bad because I can't hear what he's saying.
He keeps fucking muting me. And
I'm not upset at all. I think it's funny. But anyway, so to bring it back to it, the other thing I did, I want to get it out, is, okay, so during the press conference, the question was presented by Petty Corner to Paige Van Zandt, arguably the #1 star in all of Power Slap. The question was, if we have a belt, should it be pink? Which I think is a stupid question.
Come on, man. Come on, seriously.
You know Come on, man. It's a stupid question. If there's a belt, should it be pink? And it's like, okay, cool. And I'm just saying, and here's the thing, to further solidify and cement my point, if that's the quality of journalist with a lower following than mine, you know what I'm saying? We got Superfan coming in. Boom, Superfan, are you there? Superfan,
that's
are you there?
Some funny shit, man.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah. Let me turn you up. Make sure you're nice and loud. Yeah. Superfan, talk to us.
What's up?
Yeah, what's up, baby boy? How you feel? Can you hear him?
Can't hear him.
That's all right. I'll tell you what
now.
All right, let me know if they're talking to me.
I will. Superfan says, "What's up?"
Hey, what's up? How you doing, Don?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I was in the middle of
Doug
listening
says
to
he's
this
doing good. How are you
belt.
doing?
I was in the middle of hearing about some pink belt question, man.
Right? How silly is that? So I may have
Is that
posed
legit?
the question. Yes, I did. I said what a stupid question. Probably more than once. I just said it again because I don't hide what I say. I own it. You know what I mean? So, dude, we live in a world where if you don't like what I say, that's cool. I'm not going to like everything you say. You know what I'm saying?
It's part of this,
okay.
man.
Just like Michael Mann hates me right now. How you feeling, Michael Mann?
Not happy with you at all. Not happy with you at all.
Why not?
Because every time I say something, you mute me. Only half the motherfuckers on the air can hear me, and you mute me.
See, I don't even see Don.
Don, oh no, he's just in with audio. Don, can you hear Michael Mann?
Can you hear me now?
Ah!
Oh, I see him now. What's up, Don?
Don in the building. Don, can you hear Michael Mann?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so everybody can hear everybody, but Terry can't hear anyone but me. But everybody else can hear.
I can hear you.
Right? Yeah.
Can they all hear me?
I can hear you.
Well, that's what's important.
Yeah.
So, Mike, Mike Hall, you're the UN of this.
I'm going to learn sign language from him.
Like,
Keep it up, Mr. Man.
I'm just doing this. I'm the unit. Here's the thing that I think is just shocking, and I'll say this to everyone, then I'll let everybody else talk. That we're in the world of combat sports. Those are mild jabs compared to what I deal with online all the time, especially with my political show, right? I mean, I'm talking about people threaten your life and dox you and all of that craziness. So I think it's a little cute that Power Slap people think that they can play in my sandbox. You have no idea. You have no clue. So I think it's cute. You know what I mean? But I also don't understand why you're going to block somebody off of light jabs. You're going to have to develop a thicker skin if you're going to try to make a living in sports entertainment and in sports media. It's a tough world. Right?
I thought that was hilarious, man. She really asked about a pink belt.
Yes. But I can't get a backstage. I can't get a press pass. Anyway, but the thing is, in this business, when you have a million, go to Ariel's page right now. Go to Ariel's Twitter. No matter what he writes, there's 100 people going, screw you, go to hell, you're wrong, die, right? Because welcome to the internet, bitch. Welcome to the internet.
I got something better. Why don't we make a female tuna fish can?
What? Wait,
a pink tuna fish can. That way it'll look like a woman and smell like a woman.
It'll look and smell like a woman, he says.
That's crazy shit, man.
Tuna fish can.
That's what I'm saying. We all got to toughen up. We all got to understand. I hate the fact that like people block so quick. We should build together. If I say something you don't like, that's cool. Just tell me. Reach out to me. I'm not made of porcelain. And I've been in this industry for over 20 years. And as Michael Mann will know, I mean, we talk horrible shit to each other because we love each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
the biggest thing I learned about this, though, being a podcaster, is I learned this lesson a while back. I do not watch my competitors. If I don't know what they're saying or what they're doing, it doesn't affect me. They can't say I'm copying them because I do not have time for it, really. I'm either watching Power Slap videos, learning stuff about fighters, or doing interviews in my free time. I just don't watch my competitors anymore.
Right. Well, and that is the difference of where we sit, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm not watching my competitors. I'm watching the people that I choose to feature. Mm-hmm. And I'm watching the people that I know that you're going to get 1,000 more hits on your video when I share it than you would have gotten. I know that when I share it on certain social media platforms where I have 10,000 followers, you're going to get thousands more people viewing your video than if I don't share it. So I want to make sure you're quality, and I want to make sure that the relationship we build is mutually beneficial. Period. The end. You know what I mean? I'm not going to devalue what I bring to the table because you devalue what I bring to the table.
Mike, you fucking rock, man.
I just want to make sure all my followers have big boobs. just like large honkers. I know.
Okay. We got a side question for a second, okay? Because I wanted to. I had no idea, dude. Superfan is a fucking man's man. Okay, this dude, like, we're talking on the phone, and he sends me a picture of like fucking skulls with horns, and he's like, "Yeah, those are mine." And I'm like,
Hey.
"What?" He shows me a picture of like 15-point bucks just dead at the back of his truck, and he's like, "Yeah, I got that with the bow." He says, "Look, yes, look at that shit, man. I gotta feature that, man.
Well, what is that?
Feature that."
This
You
is
look
the
like
biggest
my
beef.
ex-wife's vagina.
This is from a 65-pound beaver.
Damn!
That is exactly like my ex-wife's vagina.
I'm actually waiting for the body to come back from a taxidermist. So I'm getting a full body mount.
Okay.
Me and Michael Mann have had some 65-pound beaver before, but we were really lonely and really drunk. You know what I'm saying?
You are definitely having sex with that.
Hey, I can hear them now.
You are
Awesome.
definitely having sex with that. Okay.
No, there's no sex with that. That hurt your stuff a little bit there. You
Yeah,
know,
no,
you know
that
what I'm
doesn't sound. Michael, man, you're the only one that looks at that and thinks of having sex with it, bro. Just so you know, that's you, okay? That's not any of us.
All I gotta say is don't pass out. Don't pass out on your stomach. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, oh no, I know. You'll wake up, you'll be like, it hurts. I feel like something's been taken from me.
Damn.
And Michael Mann's gonna be standing there in the corner.
You'll
all
just
like,
hear Morgan Freeman. You'll hear Morgan Freeman do an exposition. Michael fought the good fight. I'd like to say he won.
Hey, Don, do you get the butcher to clean your meat up there, or what? Where the fuck did he go?
Myself.
there he is.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. How far are you from the butcher out there?
I'm about 3 hours, 2.5, 3 hours.
Right on, right on.
I'm
Well, it's
about
nice
the
to
same
finally hear you guys.
About the same distance from me to him that it is from me to Anthony. So.
Oh, okay. Right on.
Yep.
Dude, I live in Mississippi. Everybody's a butcher in Mississippi.
You're
It's
really
crazy
out Mississippi?
enough,
Where
like,
at?
I'm right
I'm-
here.
I'm
Anthony's
in,
here, and the butcher's over here.
I'm in a place called Laurel, Mississippi, about an hour north of Hattiesburg. University.
Okay, I used to live out in Biloxi and Gulfport, Mississippi, for when I was like 18. I used to work the casinos out there.
Oh yeah, I used to live on Ocean Drive. Ocean Drive. That's a lie.
Yeah. Okay, I believe you, man. Ocean, right along the Gulf there, though.
Oh yeah. Oh god. Yeah. I used to saw a lot of concerts at the Biloxi Gulfport Coliseum. Yeah.
Man, I went to a couple concerts out there. I got to meet Megadeth out of that Coliseum.
David Ellison. God love him. He jerks off online.
Bro, that was the only time I was ever starstruck. Dave Mustaine came up. Like, I met the whole band, Nick Menza and stuff. Dave Mustaine came up, and he's wearing a stick jacket and stuff. And I looked him in the face. I said, "Congratulations on your drug problem." And it was right after he quit doing drugs. I didn't know what that was. He goes, "You mean quit drugs?" I was like, "Yeah, that's it, man." I was so fucking starstruck, man. The first time ever.
Congratulations on that heroin.
Well, it was right after he quit. I meant to say congratulations on getting over drugs, but I was like, "Congratulations on your drug problem." He laughed. He goes, "You mean getting over it?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's it."
I'm just glad I can hear you. That way I can say this weird stuff I was talking about your beard earlier to your face.
I found out the problem now. There's a little play button I got to hit for you guys to hear you two.
Oh, so in other words, you're the asshole.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a play button on there, man. I just seen it. I was like, "What the fuck does this do?" And it turned both of you on. But yes, that's me. I'm the asshole.
Listen, Boomer. I reset my computer 9 times.
See, this is why you have Michael. No one else can get away with talking this shit to you. No one else could. But you know what? What good is it beating up a dead man? You know what I mean?
Hold on, wait. You restarted your computer? How many times?
Like 4 or 5 times. And you
I can't hear you.
I'll tell you. I like to say something. I would see a little thing that said, you know how many times Mike muted me? Michael Hall, he muted me like I can't see when it says, "You've been muted." I was listening, was like, "You've been muted."
I know how mad that makes you. That's why I did it.
Dude, no. I text messaged him and I said, "Dude, I can see when you mute me." I texted him. I said,
That's why I kept doing it. If it wasn't funny, I wouldn't have kept doing it, bro. Come on, you know how we do.
I was like, you
Well,
cunt.
I just figured out how to unmute you, so I got you now. But now I know how to shut you up too.
Okay, so can we just say we heard it here first from Beyond the Slap? The Power Slap 13 is going down in Saudi Arabia. Can we just say that?
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Don't do that to me, man. Don't do that to me.
No, you didn't say
I put
that
something out the other day.
Well, I mean, look, here's the thing. If you are a legit fan of the sport and you dig in and you piece together, you know no one, you're talking to no one, and you just dig in and you love the sport and you piece together, it really, as I said in the beginning, only makes sense, right, that we're about to be half the year through. They have 4 events from the Power Slap guys. They have 4 events left and committed to do in 2025 in Saudi. It takes a long time, and that's a big boat to get over there with all the boys and trainers and promo and pop. So it makes sense that by June, being in
they're back in Vegas.
June. Yeah, so by June, we should be seeing a match somewhere that would be entitled Power Slap 13, and it makes sense that it would be in Saudi Arabia. Is that fair to say? Or will we make Slap News mad if we say that? And so we can't even
I don't care if I make them mad, man. I really don't. I don't care if I offend anybody. Again, I wouldn't know. I don't watch their show.
I don't want to make you mad, Canadians. So you should be the 51st state, and we're coming for you.
You're not right for that.
So,
hey, quick question, though. If you guys don't mind, Azelle and Babyface, who do you think is going to win that? And I'm putting all you on the spot right now. I know that.
Honestly, that's one of the toughest matches to call.
Which
I got to ask you something, man. So word is Wolverine is dodging Luke Simons.
Man, do you believe that? And I like Luke. I saw that. I was going to comment. But before Luke was in that promotion, if he goes back and looks at my interviews, he mentions who he wanted to take next. It was Russell. Before Power Slap 3 even, or that season 3 even started, he was talking about Russell and Vern. And he's been waiting a while for about almost 2 years now to go against Russell. He's not dodging Luke. I love Luke. I don't want Luke to be offended by that. And I didn't put the comments out there, so I didn't, look, I was embarrassing him or anything. But before Luke was even in Power Slap, Ron's been waiting to go against Russell. He really wants that match. Just like with Vern. He wanted Vern first and then Russell next. And that's the only reason. He's not dodging Luke. I talked to Ron, and he thinks Luke is definitely a great competitor for him. But he wants Russell first. He wants Russell. He thinks Russell's put in the work, and he wants to see what he does against somebody of Russell's size. And that's the only reason why he's picking Russell. Just to be clear.
Well, and not only that, he's earned it. As far as what Wolverine has done for the sport and in the sport, at this point, he kind of gets to call his guy. If that guy can make weight and says yes, he should be able to call him out, man. I would love to stay. Not that I would. I don't want that. I'm just saying, how cool would it be, right? But I'm not saying. But you know what I'm saying. It's like, of course. So at this point now, Luke is my boy. As we know, I've said before. I try to stay non-biased, but I got a couple I'm very biased towards, and I want to see win. As far as the Azelle Babyface, that is the hardest match, in my opinion, currently to call.
That one is a banger.
Good Lord. But I got to go with Babyface, man. Just because of the record, the consistency, and the growth. And if that man is doing... Now, once again, no hate on Azelle. You know what I'm saying? The man is a beast himself. He's got work. He's put the time in. But I'm telling you, man, I think Babyface is the only one I would see is the Butcher. Is the only one that makes me a little nervous, just because that dude is so hungry and ready to murder. He's got that murder look in his face right now. So you know what I mean? Like if the Butcher comes after you, that's gonna be a lot. Even if you win, you're gonna feel it. You know what I mean? So,
he's a great guy, man. He's really great.
No. All my favorite fighters, they're wonderful people, but when they step up, when they get on that stage, there's that thing comes over them. And usually those are the nicest people in real life because they get it out, right? They don't sit with it in them. They get to get the murder out. But like, man, when he stepped up in Babyface's face, I got scared. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta tell you this. I hate to agree with Mike. Mainly because he hasn't shut up for an hour and a half. But
imagine if it was Mike's show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hate to agree. You know, he has my fingers going up, being polite, going, "One moment, please, sir." But yes, I got to agree with Mike on this one. He's absolutely right. Nothing against, but it's just if you look at the tape, you look at everything about it, you look at the hunger in the guy's eyes. I really think Babyface. I'm not sure if it's going to be a knockout, but I'm more than confident it's going to be a win. If that makes sense. I'm not confident there'll be a knockout, but I'm more than confident he will win.
I know who Don's going to pick, but I want to hear him.
Well, you know me, bro. I
know you.
Guys, I know both guys very well. You know what I'm saying? Like, I talk to both guys all the time and stuff. And Babyface there, you know, he's hometown guy, and he puts in the work. The man puts in the work, and we're not going to see a knockout. We're going to go all 5 rounds, maybe even 6 rounds on this one. It's going to be a fight to the end. It's going to be a decision. And that's where it's going to go, I think. I just don't see Anthony doing any fouls or nothing. He hasn't done that yet. So
yeah, man, he's
that's
very clean fighter, man.
Expect from him is any fouls or anything like that. So
yeah, he's very clean
match,
fighter.
I think we're going the whole distance of the match, and Anthony's going to win by decision, I think.
That's fair, man.
Let me ask
that
you
is
guys,
definitely fair.
Because I don't disagree, but I do want to ask you guys, like, when was Aziel's last fight? Like, when was his last match? It was over a year ago now, going on.
Yeah, right about a year.
Last year, and it was in Saudi. I think
last
year in Saudi.
In October.
But whereas, October. You know, Babyface been way more active. And something that I don't know, I want to ask you guys about, because you've watched, you know, power slap leagues and around the world slap fights. Ring rust. I guess we call it stage rust. You know what I mean? Barrel rust. But is that a thing? You know what I mean? Like, is fighting 2-3 times a year in the way that in MMA you definitely see it. You want to go at least twice a year in MMA and do 2 trainings a year and have 2 full fights a year to stay a professional, and that's your job. So do you feel the same way? Is that a thing, or is the time off good for this sport? You know what I mean? I don't know. So that's something
I think being more active is to help you out.
Active all the way. You know, time off in the sport could cost you big time.
And another thing, you see Anthony doing them camps and stuff with these guys, you know, and I think that's helping him out a lot with all the other he's doing for different techniques and stuff. So
yeah,
too many people are staying on this now. If you take a break, you're falling behind. These guys are putting in the work. A lot more of them are doing the work every day now, so there is no days off. If you're taking a day off, you're hurting yourself, man. Too many people are working their ass off for this. And Babyface is one. Babyface, I gotta say, is a damn good example. Michigan in general, what Babyface and Butcher is doing is beyond, just the sport. These guys are out there making fans. They're doing a lot more than just competing. When I seen Babyface out there hitting that road and building fan base, I'm like, that's something that you didn't see from a lot of fighters. He's out there building a fan base.
Another thing is those 2 guys are always staying on weight. They're never having to cut a lot of weight when they go up to these fights, you know. Them guys are eating. They're having a good time. They don't have to sit in these saunas and stuff to cut 10 pounds or more. They can go up there on the scale that day and be good, you know. So that's
Butcher too.
Staying on weight is a game changer for the whole game.
Well, yes. Can I play devil's advocate on this?
When you always do.
He's the devil.
You are the devil. You don't need an advocate.
No, this is very important. I really think when it comes to the health of the fighter, about time between fights. because let's be dead honest. This is a head collision. Okay, there's concussions involved, all this other kind of stuff. Don't we have to think about the health of the fighter?
Fuck that. I'm just kidding.
No,
Just kidding,
The
man.
more you fight, the
I
more you
feel
get
like-
paid. The more you slap, the more slaps you take, the more money you make. Get it while you can.
I
No.
understand that. I understand that.
But
But
they're
when you're-
getting hit less times in 3 fights a year than an MMA guy is in the head in 1 fight. So, I mean, these guys, they got doctors, they're great. As far as I've talked to a lot of fighters, both new and old. And as far as that goes, there's no real permanent damage from anybody I spoke to yet. Ron definitely showed signs, but Ron did MMA before that. And I've heard about some of Ron's fights and seen some of his MMA fights. And I believe that those could have contributed to some of his short-term memory loss. As far as this sport, far safer than MMA. You're getting hit way less.
And I didn't mean that. I wasn't trying to disparage the sport or anything like that. I was thinking with a head collision, the longer between head collisions, the better for the fighter. But I also understand what you're saying. Is the collision is not as intense. I'm doing a podcast.
It's the police.
It's intense.
Yeah. Well, remember, some of these fights end in 1 hit. Some of these guys go home and don't even get hit that night, even though they had a fight. So, I mean, that's why 3 fights. I think these guys should get at least 3 fights a year. Everybody on the roster. I mean, this sport's building up. The only problem I see right now is finding venues in cities that'll let this happen. But Vegas will let it happen year round. If nothing else, keep doing these events in Vegas if you can't find other venues. We love that shit here. I moved here for it.
We know Missouri's licensed for it.
Venues, though, you got to find venues afterwards. It's not just getting a license. You got to find venues that are willing to do that. You got the insurance coverage for it. There's all kinds of stuff involved. It's not just okay. We got to prove. Let's go to this place. Some people don't want to pick it up for the insurance reasons. That alone.
And that's a legit thing. That's a total legit thing. And it makes sense if I was a venue owner. Now these guys are probably signing waivers saying they're not going to sue if they get their fucking teeth knocked out. I get it. You know what I mean? So
they're medically covered. They're medically covered. If something happens from that, just know that they're taken care of. There's great medical doctors that take care of. I'm right down the street from the hospital. And I've gone at least twice for fighters to the hospital for events here in Vegas.
And you know what? That is something that the public doesn't understand, especially me, who's a novice. I didn't understand that either, because a lot of people just think that these cats, they're getting a purse. They got to pay taxes on their purse.
Yes.
And then they got to cover their own shit. They got to cover their own medical. They get concussions. They get whatever they have to cover it.
Sometimes, but past that,
that's not the case. If that's not the case, that's an important thing to say.
Well, something important to remember too, though, right? Instead of okay, so this is the way when people are like, "Oh, I lose respect in CTE and blah blah blah." I break it down, and I will say this every time, and it's real simple. Think about the biggest, baddest dude you know personally. Okay, and I'm going to give you a choice. You got to take licks from him. You done pissed him off. You done called his wife a hoe, and you're pissed off at the biggest, baddest dude you know. You have 2 choices. I can lock you in a cage with him, and the only thing he can't do is poke you in the eye or kick you in the balls or bite you. Other than that, he has free reign, but you can defend yourself. But for 15 minutes, he has free reign to kick you, punch you, elbow you, knee you, whatever he wants to do. Or you can take 3 open-handed slaps from him. What do you pick?
I don't know. I've been hanging out at Extreme Couture with some tough dudes. I don't want either one of them options. Fuck that.
Oh, man. What's it like? Wait. Okay. Well, again,
Son Strickland or one of them guys. Fuck that. Oh, Extreme Couture?
Yeah.
There's literally 2 reasons. There's literally 2 reasons we moved to Vegas. Power Slap was, coming here, and my girlfriend trained in MMA. She was trained out there with Corey Sandhagen and stuff in Denver. But this school ranked 5th in the world, not just the country, at Extreme Couture. So that was 2 reasons. Those 2 reasons is why we said Vegas. We picked here, and we've been here since. When you walk in that gym, you never know who's going to be there. Anybody from the Nick Carter from the Backstreet Boys, Five Finger Death Punch bassist trains there. But yeah, I was shocked. I just found that out the other day, and I've been going to that gym for like 2 years. But yeah, Chris Kale from Five Finger Death Punch, he trains there in the morning. But the amount of PFL and UFC fighters in that building is insane, especially if you go in the morning times. But most of them guys are cool. I've gotten cards up here that are hanging from Sean Strickland autograph. Brad Tavares is really cool. He's not a champion or nothing, but he's definitely got a lot of fights in UFC. I think he's up to like 19 fights. Yeah,
when I met him and knew him. He was one of the kindest. Okay, so BJ Penn is an asshole. I'll say it to his face and then run. But he is an asshole. Whereas
Brad came up to me.
Nicest dudes. Yeah, man.
When I met Brad, he came up to me the first time and he reached his hand out and he says, "Hi, I'm Brad Tavares, and I want to talk to you about your daughter because my daughter was training there too." And he says, "Your daughter." I knew this wasn't good when somebody wants to talk to me about my daughter because I know my daughter. She's no angel. I was like, okay. And he's shaking my hand and stuff. And Brad's fucking big, man. I'm a good sized dude, but Brad he's fucking built, man. All solid muscle. And he's like, "Yeah, your daughter was bullying my daughter, and you don't play that stuff." He goes, "I teach my daughter to punch me in the face when that happens." And Brad's daughter, literally, she's one of the smallest girls in the class and one of the toughest in the class. Like, this girl takes on the biggest dudes. You can tell Brad puts in a lot of work. But he's shaking my hand. I was going to go, "Okay, I'll talk to her. I'll talk to my daughter. No problem. Yes, sir. I understand. I don't want to bully." But that's how I met Brad. But he's one of the coolest fucking people, man. Always, he gives my daughter a hug in the gym. A lot of famous people. Tatiana Suarez is there. A lot. I see her. I've seen Jiri in there. I went there for a whole year looking for Francis Ngannou. And after going there a year, one day, all of a sudden, after his boxing matches and stuff, all of a sudden I see him coming through the gym. And that's the second and only other time I got starstruck. I just looked up, "Hi, Francis." He just said hi and kept walking. I wanted to get an autograph and all that shit. I was just starstruck. But man, there's always people in Extreme Couture.
It's funny. I guarantee you, this is exactly what you sound like. "Hi, Francis."
No, I don't. But he nodded and everything, just walk by. But man, all kinds of people that come to Vegas for UFC fights usually always go to Extreme Couture.
Right. I'm going to tell you right now, you're a tough motherfucker when other people go, "Hi, Francis," and move out of the
way. Oh, you move for Francis. He's big, man. I actually seen him at the casino before I seen him in the gym. He was actually there for a Power Slap event the same weekend at the Circle. I seen him at the casino before I even seen him in the gym. Mm-hmm. But that gym's always packed with big names, and not just martial artists. There's like who? Sean
Strickland.
Oh man, him a bunch. I talk to Sean a lot. Like I said, I got autographed cards he's done up here. If I've given autographed cards away to people who've like recovered from drugs and stuff from Sean Strickland, I walked up to him, I told him the situation. I was like, I know a few drug addicts that fully recovered. And Sean's like, "Yeah, if whatever." He signed shit for me. I gave him away. Sean's really good about that shit. But you can hear Sean out. You can hear him outside the gym when you pull up.
Oh,
about it. You've been educating me. I just want to thank you for that. Thank you for your time.
Hey, thank you too.
All right. On you, Mike.
Yeah, no, man, absolutely. I know we had a couple of issues with the stream tonight. We are going to work it out and get it all fixed, man. Tonight's
I
the
think I
last
got
night I'm
that
going to have
fixed
all
too,
the
so.
say what?
I think I got that fixed too, so.
Yeah, no, I'm going to it's Rumble I got to this is the last. I know what I'm doing wrong now. I think I figured out the issue. So we go great to Rumble, but we lock up everywhere else from Rumble Studio. So I think I know what I did wrong, and it's happened the last like 4 shows I've done. So
dude, no, these last few shows that have not been the greatest. It's been on my end too. So we're gonna both eat a big bag of dick, and then we're gonna go on ahead. We're gonna move on.
Hey man, technically it hasn't been the greatest, but I've been Michael C. motherfucking Hall. You know,
You better kill me. I'm gonna be another rapper dead for popping off at the mouth with shit I shouldn't have said.
they call me Slapmaster
You don't
Mike.
have to take my word for it.
So just relax, Michael. Man, we've had some technical glitches, but we're still on fire. Superfan is the man.
Right.
You're Michael, the mother freaking man. I'm Slapmaster Mike. We have Beyond the Slap dropping in. We have the support of the card man himself. You know what I'm saying? The greater power slap community is our community because this is your show. So we're doing great. Everybody go follow Michael Mann where you can find him. Sometimes he checks
Man
his social
Comedy,
media,
MichaelMannCMDComedy.com. That's it. There you go.
Yes, MichaelMannComedy.com. And you can follow me at Seahawk Comedy on Instagram and Twitter. And then, of course, the PT Pod is where you want to go on your YouTube channel. And then the PT Pod on Instagram is specifically a clips channel. So all the shows we do, all the awesome clips are always uploaded to PT Pod on Instagram. Click a like, share a clip, any clips of any shows that we do, you can find there. It's a great, fun experience. Go check it out, and we share all our clips from there. So, yeah, check that out. And, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Anything you want to leave the folks with, Superfan?
No, just let's hope we hear some word about it, and then there's supposed to be some training camp coming up, so.
May, man, I'm hoping, man, they got to put on an event in May, right? So they can't.
If not, you got International Fight Week there at the end of June, so that'd be the next one.
Yeah, and I heard, that's pretty much they're already kind of promoting a Vegas Power Slap event for June.
Oh, good.
Yeah, because that's when they're going to do the next one there, so.
Yeah, so we might just have to wait till June, right? So,
well, they got to do one every quarter in Vegas, too, so that'd be the second one this year. And that'd be month 6, so
right. I just I want to see Babyface defend that title against Aziel. That would be a fight among fights. Looks like Ron is coming out of retirement. He retired for one. He retired for one match, and now he's like, I got to get back there, baby. So,
I'll definitely be out there for that fight if it's in Vegas.
Heck yeah!
So.
And then of course my boy Luke. Stuck at 4, and then Seek Monster coming back. So once again, man, James Seekman is the most dangerous, underrated dude in his weight class, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but I'm usually right about this stuff. If you guys keep track, last match I called one fight wrong of all the fights. By before that, I called 2 wrong of all the fights. I'm pretty good at this. So anyway,
hey Mike, real quick, I'm in. You're in Oklahoma. I'm in Mississippi. Where are you out of, man?
Michigan.
Oh wow. Okay.
You're in northern Michigan, yeah.
I'm in the middle, so here's Michigan in our hands. I'm about right here.
Well,
Anthony would be down here. He would be, and then the butcher, he'd be over in here.
Well, dude, no, I spent about 9 years in Monroe, Michigan.
Okay. Yep.
Right there is the glove. Right there's a glove finger. Right there, Monroe. Yep. Okay, cool deal, brother.
Man, since we're trying to get you more active on social media, do me a favor. Go to your Instagram, message Superfan, start talking to him. So, because what I want to do, but I need you on social media, dude. I want to create a group for our show so we can talk throughout the week. You know what I'm saying? And I can drop info, and then that way we have a little group. But I need you on. So, you know what I'm saying? Hit us up.
Dude, I'm going to tell you right now, I tried to do it, and I don't make a fucking boomer joke. I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't fucking don't make a fucking boomer joke because you asked me to do it last week, and I fucking tried, and I tried to share the podcast from last week, and I was like a monkey trying to fucking trying to fuck a goddamn Taiwanese hooker. I had no idea what to do. Dude, man, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to help me out with it, dude.
I will. Hey, man, I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you tomorrow.
Yeah,
you have some time. I'm gonna need you to be calm and patient.
Mhm.
I'm gonna need you to relax.
I'm gonna tell you, I legit.
And we're gonna work through it.
I legit tried to do it, and I was just like, dude, I'm retarded.
No, I know. No, but you yeah, no, it takes a little learning, dude. It's just you got to train your brain. So
Well, this shit
no big
changed.
nut. All right, man, we are 1:30 in, so we're half an hour over. But gosh, this was fun. I don't care what y'all say. This is the most fun I've had all week. So
Hey,
thank you guys so much.
I think you're both gay.
Only for you. You know,
That's right.
Guys, thank you.
Hey, I love you guys. You have a great rest of your night. I'm gonna get off this and jack off.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And as always,
You do.
all the pew pew because this is your show. And remember, if you can't slap it, it ain't worth slapping. And we are out.
Oh boy.